So I'll just go through these formulas which I have discussed in the yesterday's class. Problems on IC engine. So three basic types of powers. Indicated power, its formula, mean effective pressure into LAN divided by 60,000 in kilowatt. And then you have a separate formula for mean effective pressure. Most of the cases you will get mean effective pressure direct value, you will get it in the statement. In sometimes you will get this spring constant value, area of indicated diagram, length of indicated diagram. If those details are given, then you can find out mean effective pressure for using this formula. And some of the parameters, conversion parameters related to pressure, mass and power, and then rate of mass. So all these things you have to remember. And I have told you that small n and capital N. Small n stands for cycles of the piston, capital N stands for crankshaft speed or engine speed. So as you have seen that two stroke of a piston is equivalent to one cycle. So in two stroke engine, somebody has activated your audio, please deactivate your audio. So do not activate your audio, please deactivate your audio, do not activate it, it will create a background noise. So small n and capital N. So in a two stroke engine, so two strokes of the piston is observed, which will is equivalent to one cycle of the piston. So therefore in two stroke engine, small n is equivalent to capital N, because there is only one cycle performed in two stroke engine. So capital N and small n are both equivalent, so both are similar, both are equal in values in first two stroke engine. Whereas in four stroke engine you find two cycles of piston, four strokes are performed. So suction, compression, expansion and exhaust. Suction, compression, two stroke is equivalent to one cycle, then again expansion and exhaust, another two stroke is equivalent to another one cycle. So total two cycles of the pistons are performed. So from that you can find that small n is half of capital N, or in other words capital N is double the small n. Capital N is 2 small n, that is two cycles of the piston. Crankshaft speed is equivalent to two cycles of the piston. From that you can indicate that small n is half of capital N. So normally in the problems you will get crankshaft speed. Small n value usually it will not be given. Crankshaft speed capital N in RPM will be given in the problem. So with the help of capital N you can find out small n. Then swept volume and clearance volume, all this I have made it clear. Then average piston speed, number of misfiring, the concept of misfires also I have explained. You will see in solving problems. All this you will come across in problem solution. Then second type of power, brake power. 2 pi and see somebody has activated again audio. Please deactivate your audio. So brake power 2 pi nt by 60,000. Then it's a function of major parameter is torque. So how to find out the torque, all those things I have explained you in the yesterday's class. Third power, it's a friction power. So just you have to subtract the IP and BP, you will get the friction power. Efficiency, mechanical efficiency, it's a output power by input power, BP by IP into 100. Brake thermal efficiency, so they are functions of calorific value of the fuel and mass flow rate of the fuel. BP by CV into M into 100, it will give brake thermal efficiency, and with the IP it will give indicated thermal efficiency. And then the concept of specific gravity of the fuel I have explained it. Then from the specific gravity you can express the density of fuel, and then finally mass flow rate, small m in kg per second. So all these you will come across while solving the problems. So we'll go to the first problem. So in the notes it's a problem number 2. So problem number 2 I have highlighted on the screen. I'll just read it. Even you can also read it. So a two-stroke diesel engine has a piston diameter of 200 mm and a stroke of 300 mm. It has mean effective pressure of 2.8 bar and a speed of 400 rpm. The diameter of the brake drum is 1 meter and the effective brake load is 64 kg. Find the indicated power, brake power and mechanical efficiency of the engine and also the average piston speed. So this is a statement of the problem. Hope so you read all this statement. You will read the entire statement of the problem. So note down all the given parameter. The first observation is you should note down whether it's a 2-stroke engine or 4-stroke engine, because based on this 2-stroke or 4-stroke you have to decide on the small n value. So since in the statement it's given clearly it is a 2-stroke engine. So first parameter, so given it's a 2-stroke engine. So in 2-stroke engine, small n is equivalent to capital N. So this is our observation. Then after that, piston diameter is given. So piston diameter, capital D. So piston diameter and the bore diameter both are same. So the inner diameter of the cylinder, which is called bore of the cylinder, and then the piston diameter, both are same, so both will be it will be almost same. So piston diameter, capital D, is 200 mm and then convert that 200 mm into meter, so multiply 10 power minus 3 or divide by 1000, it will give 0.2 meter. And then stroke of the piston, capital L, stroke of the piston is 300 mm, so divide by 1000, you will get 0.3 meter. And then mean effective pressure, here the mean effective pressure is given in terms of bar. So PM is, let me use the pen highlighter with the color, let me use it a blue color. So mean effective pressure is given P subscript M, it is given 2.8 bar. As you know that 1 bar is equivalent to 1 lakh Pascal, it is 10 power 5. So 10 power 5 Pascal Newton per meter square. So that I have written over here 2.8 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. And then you can see that speed is given. It can be crankshaft speed or it can be engine speed. So it's capital N. So capital N is given 400 RPM. And then so brake drum, some details related to brake power. So brake drum is given. Brake drum diameter is given 1 meter. Brake drum radius is given. So it is diameter of brake drum is 1 meter. And then from the diameter you can calculate the radius, half of the diameter. That is brake drum radius is half of the diameter, that is 1 by 2, it is 0.5 meter. And then brake effective brake load is given, that is capital W, it's given 64 kg. So any other parameters given? So all these are the parameters given. So note down what type of engine it is, whether it's a 2-stroke or 4-stroke. Based on that you have to decide small n and capital N. So in a 2-stroke engine, small n is equivalent to capital N. So then these are the parameters given. And what is asked in the problem, we have to find out indicated power, IP we have to find out, brake power, BP we have to find out, mechanical efficiency we have to find out, and then piston speed, average piston speed we have to find out. So we'll go step by step. So first one we will focus on IP. This is a formula IP. IP is equal to mean effective pressure PM into LAN, LA into small n divided by 60,000 in kilowatt. So now how many parameters? There are 4 parameters in IP: mean effective pressure, stroke of the piston, area of the piston, and cycles of the piston. Mean effective pressure, it was given in terms of bar, so we converted into Pascal, 2.8 into 10 power 5 Pascal. And then stroke of the piston L is given. Area we have to find out. Diameter of the piston is given, we can find out area using the formula pi d square by 4. So using this formula pi d square by 4, so diameter is 0.2 meter. So using this you will get the area as 0.0314 meter square. And then coming to small n, so since it's a 2-stroke engine, small n is equivalent to capital N. Capital N is 400 RPM. So from there you will get small n as 400 cycles per minute. So in this way all those 4 parameters are ready with their SI units. So once the mean effective pressure is available, stroke of the piston is known, area of the cylinder or area of the piston is known, cycles of the pistons are known. So you can use the above formula, IP formula, to find out indicated power. So by substituting this, so all those parameters by substituting, you will get the answer as 17.59 kilowatt. So this is about indicated power. So indicated power answer is 17.59 kilowatt it is. See, after the class please work out these problems. So I cannot ask you to work out a problem during the class. It will take time. It will consume more time. So I'll just explain you the problems. After the class, please work out these problems. And if you have any doubts, you can get back in the next class. So then the second one, brake power. We have to find out brake power. So the brake power formula is 2 pi nt by 60,000. Again, it's a function of two parameters. It's a engine speed capital N and torque capital T. So engine speed is available, capital N is available, it's a 400 rpm. So we have to find out torque. So torque formula is given as 9.81 into WR. So capital W is effective brake drum, capital W is effective brake drum, and capital R is effective radius, it is brake drum radius. So now in this problem there is no spring load given. So there is no spring load given, spring load is 0. So directly the brake load is given, pan load is given W. So W value is 64 kg. And then again there is no rope given in the problem, there is no rope. Only the brake drum diameter is given, there is no rope diameter given. So capital R, the effective radial distance is a radius of brake drum itself, so which is half of the diameter, that is 1 by 2.5. So just substitute this the capital W value and R value, 9.81 into 64 kg into 0.5 meter, radius of the brake drum. So you will get it torque as 313 Newton meter, 313 Newton meter. Just substitute the torque and substitute the engine speed, you will get the brake power. So by solving that, you will get the answer as 13.15 kilowatt. So the brake power is 13.15 kilowatt. Then we will go to the efficiency. So mechanical efficiency, it's output power by input power. So the output power is in the form of brake power. The input power is in the form of indicated power. So BP by IP, just take the ratio BP by IP, both should be in kilowatt. Ensure that both the unit of BP as well as unit of IP it is in kilowatt. So if you divide and if you multiply with 100, you will get the percentage efficiency. So you will get 74.75% of mechanical efficiency. Almost it's 75% efficient it is. Then coming to the next one, so this is about mechanical efficiency. Coming to the average piston speed. So what is the speed of the piston it travels? So its formula is 2ln in meter per minute. Since capital N is in rpm, so you will get the velocity, you will get the speed in meter per minute it is, because of rpm, revolution per minute. Because of that you will get the velocity in meter per minute, 2ln. So double the stroke of the piston and crankshaft speed. So 2 into stroke of the piston and then crankshaft speed 0.3 into 400, so it will give you 240 meter per minute. This is the average piston speed. That means it covers 240 meter in 1 minute. So this is the speed. So you can imagine that 240 meter of distance is covered by the piston in 1 minute. So this is about problem 2. So hope so you have understood this problem 2. So you can activate your audios. If you have any doubts, you can clarify it. If anybody have doubt and if you have not understood any parameter, activate your audio and go ahead with your question. If you don't have any doubts, then tell me, I'll go to the next problem. Yeah, I'm waiting for your question.
Go to next question, sir.
All of you have understood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, then deactivate your deactivate your audio. We'll go to next problem. So deactivate your audio. Read this statement of problem number 3. A 4-stroke AC engine running at 450 rpm has a bore diameter of 100 mm and length of 120 mm. The indicated diagram details are: area of the diagram 4 cm square, length of indicated diagram 6.5 cm, spring value of the spring used, it is 10 bar per centimeter. Calculate the indicated power of the engine and also the average piston. some of you have activated your audio. Please deactivate your audio. Please mute your audio. Please mute your audio. Your background noise is visible, so please deactivate your audio. So this is problem number 3 of the notes given. So here read the problem and write down the statements. So number 1, it's a 4-stroke engine. So it's again 4-stroke engine. So in a 4-stroke engine, small n is half of capital N. Small n is half of capital N. This observation you have to note it down. So crankshaft speed or engine speed is given. Capital N is given. So capital N is 450 RPM. So capital N is given 450 RPM. And then bore diameter is given. As I told you that piston diameter, bore diameter both are same. Bore indicates the inner diameter of the cylinder. Since the inner diameter of the cylinder will be tightly fit with piston, so piston diameter and the inner diameter will be one and the same. So in the previous problem, piston diameter was given, and in this problem, bore diameter is given. So it's the same parameter, it's a capital D. So capital D is 100 mm, so divide by 1000, you'll get it as 0.1 meter. Stroke of the piston is given 120 mm. Capital L is given 120 mm, so divide by 1000, you'll get 0.12 meter. And then indicated diagram details are given. So these are okay. Somebody has activated. I don't know. Somebody has joined the class and without muting the audio. Please mute the audio. So area of the diagram is given. Small a is given. So these are the indicated diagram. Area of the indicated diagram, length of the indicated diagram, spring value. So as I told you that these are parameters related to mean effective pressure. So in this problem you can find that PM is not given in this problem. Mean effective pressure is not given in the problem. It is given in the form of indicator diagram details. So spring constant is given, area of diagram is given, length of indicator diagram is given, that is small a, and small l. So these are given, 3 parameters are given. In terms of these 3 parameters, you can find out mean effective pressure. So this parameter we have to find out IP of the engine, indicated power, and then average piston speed. So let us see the IP formula. So it's the same formula. Remember, follow any one textbook or follow, if you are comfortable with the notes, follow the notes. So different textbooks will have different formulas. Ultimately, finally the answer will be same, but the approach will be different. These are the problems which I have taken from KRG textbook, KR Gopalakrishna. So it's a prescribed standard book in your syllabus. So these are the problems you find it in KRG textbook. All the 10 problems of the notes, they are taken from KRG textbook. So whatever the pattern or whatever the formula the KRG has followed, the same formula I have used it. So if you refer some other book by A.S. Ravindra or Kesur Praveen or some other textbook if you follow, so they have different formulas and different approach. Finally, at the end you will get the same answer, but the approach is different. Formula you find it different. So follow any one for solving problems on IC engine. Follow any one book, or if you are comfortable with the notes, follow the notes. So IP formula, mean effective pressure into LAN divided by 60,000. So in this mean effective pressure we have to find out. As I told you, mean effective pressure is not given directly over here. So the indicated diagram details are given. So its formula, you have to use the formula for mean effective pressure, PM. Its formula is SCA by year. And I have told that you have to S is the spring constant in Pascal per centimeter it is. S value should be in Pascal per centimeter. You can see that S value it's given in bar per centimeter in the statement. Just you can observe there. The spring value is given 10 bar per centimeter. But it should be in Pascal per centimeter, that is Pascal is Newton per meter square per centimeter. So convert that bar into Pascal, so it will give you 10 power 5. So 1 bar is 10 power 5 Pascal. So 10 into 10 power 5, 10 into 10 power 5, so that will give you Pascal per centimeter, Newton per meter square per centimeter unit. So this is a modification you have to do it, S, small s, and then A. Small a is given, area of the indicated diagram it's already given in terms of it's a 4 centimeter square. Area of small a is 4 centimeter square, it's given directly. L is also given in centimeter. Length of the indicator diagram 6.5 centimeter. So just use this SCA by L formula. So you should be careful because S is given in bar per centimeter. So you should convert the bar into Pascal, multiply with the 10 power 5. Then after substituting all this, we will get the mean effective pressure as 6.15 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. So we have found mean effective pressure. Next one, stroke of the piston, it's available. Area of the cylinder we have to find out. Area of the piston or area of the cylinder. So it's given pi d square by 4. Diameter of the cylinder, bore diameter, it's given 0.1 meter. So use that, you will get the area as 7.8 into 10 power minus 3 meters square. So then small n is, as I told you, it's a 4-stroke engine. So small n is half of capital N. Capital N is given 450 rpm. So just divide 450 by 2. So you will get 225 cycles per minute. So small n is half of capital N. It's a 450 by 2. So it will give you 225 cycles per minute. So all the parameters we have found. Mean effective pressure we have found, stroke of the piston is given, area we have found, cycles of the piston we have found. Substitute in the formula and get the IP. So your IP will be 2.17 kilowatt. Then again piston speed, it's a 2 ln. Same formula. So 2 ln, so 2 into stroke of the piston, crankshaft speed. You will get it as 108 meter per minute. This is the average piston speed. It travels, it covers 108 meter of distance in 1 minute. So this is about problem number 3. If you have any doubt, you can clarify your doubt, activate your audio, and if you have any question on this problem, you can raise your question. Yeah, I'm waiting for your question. Yeah, any questions? Any question? No questions? Shall I go ahead with the next problem?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. Okay, so nobody are asking question. Also, all are getting this concept.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Then the activity audio will go to the next problem. So problem number 5. So read the problem number 5 statement. A 6-cylinder 4-stroke IC engine develops 50 kilowatt of indicated power at mean effective pressure. MEP stands for mean effective pressure of 7 bar. The bore and stroke of the engine cylinder is 70 mm and 100 mm respectively. If the engine speed is 3700 rpm, find the average misfires per minute. So average misfiring we have to find out. So here after reading the problem, so write down the parameters given. So it's a multi-cylinder IC engine, it's given. It's a multi-cylinder 4-stroke IC engine it is. All the formulas which I have indicated, so they stand for single cylinder. So they are not for multi-cylinder. All the formulas that are used, so they are applicable for single cylinder IC engine. So here you should be careful. So it's a multi-cylinder 4-stroke multi-cylinder 6-cylinder 4-stroke engine is given. So here what type of power is given in the problem? It's an indicated power. IP is given in the problem. So it tells that IP for 6-cylinder it is. So the IP value given, it stands for 6-cylinder. It doesn't stand for per cylinder because it's given clearly in the problem. It's a 6-cylinder IC engine. So IP is given. So it's given 50 kilowatt. So for 6-cylinder. So what you have to do? We have to IP per cylinder. So for 1 cylinder, what is the IP? So divide 50 with 6-cylinder. So 50 divided by 6. So 50 divided by 6, it will give you 8.3 kilowatt. So this is the IP of each cylinder. So IP of each cylinder is, so total IP given for 6-cylinder, it's given 50. So divide that 50 divided by 6-cylinder. So 50 by 6, it will give you 8.3 kilowatt of indicated power for per cylinder. So this is the IP for per cylinder. because finally the IP formula, whatever you will be using, it stands for single cylinder. It doesn't stand for multi-cylinder. IP formula, it is for single cylinder. So we have found the IP. So for one cylinder it is 8.33 kilowatt. Then after that, mean effective pressure is given 7 bar. So convert that bar into Pascal, 7 bar. So multiply 7 with 10 power 5. So 7 into 10 power 5, it will give you 7 Pascal, that is mean effective pressure. And after that, the piston diameter and stroke is given. So not only piston diameter and stroke. So piston diameter is given 70 mm, so it will give divided by 1000, 0.07 meter. Stroke of the piston, capital N, is given 100 mm, so divided by 1000 you will get 0.1 meter. And then engine speed is given 3700 rpm. So these are the data available. You have to find out misfire, average misfire. So misfiring means, as I explained you that in 4-stroke engine, in the PV diagram, the line CD of Otto cycle or diesel cycle. If it is a petrol engine, the line CD will be constant volume, and if it is a diesel engine, the line CD will be constant pressure. So the line CD indicates ignition. So it is the line CD, it is the part of PV diagram where ignition of the air fuel mixture or ignition of the diesel take place. So how it takes place? If it is a petrol engine, spark plug will emit spark. So when the sparks comes in contact with the highly pressurized air and petrol mixture, it results in ignition, firing. If it is a diesel engine, the diesel injector will inject a small quantity of diesel in which will come in contact with high pressure air, so it will result in firing. So as you know that in 1 second there are many number of cycles of combustion will get completed within a fraction. It takes fraction of second to complete 1 cycle of combustion. So in 1 second you will find so many cycles, you will find it, or in 1 minute you will find lot number of cycles. So there may be a case where firing might have failed it. So there may be a case where there may be failure of firing. So maybe due to some reason there may not be. If suppose if there are 100 cycles of combustions performed, so it should result in 100 firing. But it may practically it may not be 100 firing, maybe less than 100 firing. So though 100 cycles of combustions were executed, which should result in 100 number of firing, but practically it may not be 100 number, it may be less than 100 number. So what is the difference? So expected and resulted value. So that is called misfiring. So that we have to find in this problem. So find out the number of misfires. So its formula is it can be calculated with the help of cycles of the piston. So small n minus small n into small n subscript a. So there are two types of small n over here. One is the practical and then there is the actual. So here small n a, na stands for actual. Actual means the given number of cycles per minute. So whatever the cycles you find it in the statement of the problem, it indicates actual cycles. So they indicate the actual cycles. So na stands for the number of cycles given in the statement of the problem. So in the statement of the problem, engine speed is given. Engine speed is given, that is capital N is given, and since it's a 4-stroke engine, so small n will be half of capital N. So small na is half of capital N, that is half of 3700. That will give 1850 cycles per minute. 1850 cycles per minute. So this is NA. Somebody have activated audio, please deactivate the audio. So NA. So NA stands for actual number of cycles which are given in the statement of the problem. So with the help of the statement of the problem, we can find out NA. So NA here, since capital N is 3700 rpm, so then NA will be half of this capital N, it will be 1850 cycles per minute. Now coming to the N. So that N we have to find out. We know NA, N subscript A. We have found it from the statement of the problem. Now we have to find out N. So that N is found from the IP formula. It is called theoretical. So theoretical because all the formulas are theoretical formulas. So small n will be found from the IP formula, because among the various powers IP, BP and FA, so you find small n in IP. You find small n in IP. Even from BP also you can find out, but BP it will give, from the BP formula you will get capital N. So using that small n is equal to half of capital N, even then also you can find out. But here in this problem you cannot find out BP. To find out BP, either the brake power should be given in the problem, it's not given, its IP is given in the problem, or if torque is available, if you know the torque or the parameters related to the torque, if they are given, you can find out. If IP is not given in the problem, if BP is given, you can with the help of BP you can find out capital N, and from capital N you can find out small n. Or if torque parameters are given, that is the brake drum. In the previous problem we have seen torque is found with the help of brake drum diameter, brake drum radius and then brake drum load. So if such parameters are given in the problem, we can find out torque, and with the help of the torque you can find out brake power. But in this problem, since indicated power is given 50 kilowatt per 6 cylinder, for 6 cylinder 50 kilowatt of indicated power is given, so we will take the help of IP. So just we will take the help of IP. With the help of IP we will find out small n. So IP formula, mean effective pressure into ln by 60,000. So in this mean effective pressure is also given 7 bar, so it is 7 into 10 power 5 Pascal, it's already given. We know the diameter, so diameter is given 0.07 meter, so you can find out area. Stroke of the piston is also given 0.1 meter, and then we have to find out small n. So here, so IP you have to substitute. So you should be a bit careful. It's not a single cylinder IC engine, it's a multi-cylinder. It's a 6-cylinder IC engine it is. So IP given in the problem, it stands for 6-cylinder. It stands for multi-cylinder engine. So therefore already we have obtained the IP for each cylinder, which was 8.33 kilowatt. So that one you use here, and ensure that the IP unit is in kilowatt. Then use this formula, solve this, and find out small n. So after solving, so we'll get small n as 1856 cycles per minute. You can see over here. We'll get the answer as 1856 cycles per minute. That is small n. So you can find this difference. You can find now. So small n is 1856 and NA is 1850. So if you subtract, so you will get 6 cycles. So there are 6 cycles per minute, resulting in 6 misfiring. So out of so many cycles, 6 cycles have missed firing. So 6 number of misfiring has taken place, which means, so out of the so many number of cycles, that is the highest one is 1856 cycles. So out of the 1856 cycles performed, so 6 cycles have not executed firing. So this is about average misfiring per minute. So hope so you have understood this. So if you have any doubts and clarification, you can activate your audio and you can go ahead with the question. Right. If anybody have a question, you can rise up.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, how to know whether it is a petrol engine?
Petrol and diesel, you're asking about whether it's a petrol or whether it's a diesel, no?
Yes, sir.
See, petrol and diesel, it doesn't make any difference because there are no separate formulas for petrol engine and no separate formulas for diesel engine. Only the 2-stroke and 4-stroke engine you should be able to identify because of that small n value and capital N value. It can be petrol engine, it can be diesel engine. It doesn't make any difference because all those formulas are applicable for both for petrol engine as well as diesel engine. So because of that small n and capital N relationship, so you should be careful about 2-stroke and 4-stroke engine. Okay, it doesn't make any difference. It can be either petrol, it can be either diesel. Any other questions? Yeah, if somebody else want to ask question.
No, sir.
No questions. Shall I proceed to next problem? See, feel free to interact, okay? Don't bother about your language. Some may be feeling that you don't have a proper English to communicate, and some are fearing to communicate. So it's not a surprise. You people are in learning. Even I'm in a learning stage, and you're also a learning stage. It doesn't make. So whatever type of English you have, please speak up. So if you speak up and if you communicate, you will improve. If you don't speak up and if you keep quiet, then you'll not improve. So please feel free to ask question, okay? Don't hesitate to clarify the question. Whatever the level of your language may be, don't worry about that. So you will improve it in future. Okay, I'll go to the next problem. So deactivate all your audios and please read the statement of the problem. Next problem will be problem number 6 of the notes. So just read the statement. The following readings were taken on a 4-stroke IC engine. Diameter of the brake drum 1.5 meter. Spring balance reading 5 kg. Diameter of the rope 10 mm. Crankshaft speed 200 rpm. Load suspended on the brake drum, it's 100 kg. Determine brake power of the engine. So here you find the indicator, that is the brake drum parameters associated with a torque of the brake power. So here in the given problem it's a 4-stroke, it's given clearly it's a 4-stroke engine, so write down 4-stroke. In the examination, please don't be hurry. So you should be very much careful with respect to 2-stroke and 4-stroke. So please, when you start up the problem, write down whether it's a 2-stroke or 4-stroke. Based on that, you have to decide the small n value and capital N value. So since it's a 4-stroke engine and the crankshaft speed it's given as 200 rpm, so then small n will be half of capital N. So but here, since it's a brake power is asked, we don't require small n. Small n is not used in brake power, so you need not bother about it. So brake power formula 2 pi nt by 60,000. Already in the previous problem it is covered, but here some additional parameters associated with torque are given, that like a spring load is given, a rope diameter is given. In the previous problem there was no spring load and there was no rope diameter was not given. So in this problem all the parameters related to this figure. So you find all the parameters related to this figure. So here related to this figure, so in the problem you can see that brake drum diameter is given. This is a brake drum. So brake drum diameter it's 1.5 meter, and then diameter of the rope is given. This is rope. So both the diameter of brake drum as well as diameter of the rope, both are given. So brake drum diameter is 1.5 meter and rope diameter is 10 mm. So then after that spring load and brake load both are given in the problem. So you can see that load suspended on the brake drum, that is brake load, it is 100 kg. And then you find that spring balance reading you can find over here. Spring balance reading it's given 5 kg. So it is spring load. So spring load is given 5 kg, brake load is given 100 kg. So with the help of this, all the parameters are given. Brake load is given 100 kg, spring load 5 kg, brake drum diameter it's 1.5 meter, rope diameter it's 10 mm. So with the help of this, we can find out torque. So torque formula is 9.81 into capital W into capital R, where capital W is, so brake drum load minus spring load it is. So as I told you that brake drum load and the spring load will always act in opposite direction. They pull each other. So they pull each other, so in opposite direction. So brake drum load is 100 kg, spring load is 5 kg. So 100 minus 5 will give you 95 kg. So 95 kg is the W value, capital W, effective load. Effective load, that is the effective force acting on it. Torque is force into distance. It's a force into radial distance. So here the force is given as mass into acceleration due to gravity, capital W into 9.81. So force is found by multiplying the mass, that is capital W, with 9.81 value. So 9.81 into W. So effective brake drum load is 100 minus 5, 95 kg. Coming to capital R is the effective radius of the brake drum. So it is you have to add up the radius of brake drum, radius of the rope. Diameter of the brake drum is 1.5 meter. You just take half of that, and then diameter of the rope is given in terms of millimeter, 10 millimeter. 10 divided by 1000, it will give you 0.01. 0.01 meter divided by 2. So add up the radius of brake drum, add up the radius of the rope, so you will get 0.755 meter. This is the effective value of R, effective radial distance, effective radius of the brake drum. So it is 0.755 meters. So just add up all this capital W and capital R, you will get the torque. So finally your torque value will be 700 Newton meter. So just substitute in the above formula 2 pi nt by 60,000. So you will get the brake power as 14.66 kilowatt. Okay, any doubt in this problem? So if you have any doubts, so please activate your audio. If you have any doubt, you can raise the questions. Any doubts? If you have any doubt, please activate your audio and ask the question. Then in the next, okay, last one problem is left out. Okay, let me complete this problem. So this IC engine chapter will get completed, so that the next class I can focus on refrigeration and air conditioning. Yeah, if you have any doubts, please be quick, so that before 11 o'clock we can wind up the class. It's 10:47, so 10 more minutes are available. We can wind up this. One last problem is left out. It's a very important problem. Many major parameters you find it related to efficiencies in problem number 10. Yeah, any doubts? If you don't have any doubts, shall I proceed with next problem?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So no doubts. Okay, so out of 10 problems solved in the notes, I have selected a few problems. 5 problems I have selected. So I hope all the 10 problems concepts are covered in this. The other 5 problems concept will already get covered in these 5 problems. So if you have understood these 5 problems of my presentation, so the other 5 problems also you can easily solve it, you can prepare it easily. So coming to the last problem of this session, so problem number 10. So it's a very important problem. It covers all the major efficiencies and all the power. So power and efficiencies are covered in this problem number 10. The concept of specific gravity, the concept of calorific value of the fuel, the mass flow rate of the fuel, density of the fuel, all this you will come across in this problem number 10. So just read the problem number 10. The following observations were obtained during a trial on a 4-stroke diesel engine. Cylinder diameter is 25 centimeter, stroke of the piston 40 centimeter, crankshaft speed 250 rpm, brake load 70 kg, brake drum diameter 2 meter, mean effective pressure 6 bar, diesel oil consumption. So diesel oil consumption 0.1 meter cube per minute. So here diesel oil consumption, it stands for volumetric flow rate. It is, see the unit, meter cube per minute it is given. Meter cube is the unit of the volume, and per minute is the unit of rate, it is per second or per minute. So here it's a volumetric flow rate. So volumetric flow rate is given, diesel oil consumption 0.1 meter cube per minute. SG, specific gravity of diesel, is given 0.78, and then calorific value of the fuel is given, CV value is given 43,900 kilojoules per kg. So calorific value of the fuel is given. So these are the parameters given. So we have to find out BP, brake power, indicated power, friction power, and then 3 types of efficiencies are asked in the problem: mechanical efficiency, brake thermal efficiency, indicated thermal efficiency. Almost all the 3 types of powers and 3 types of efficiencies are asked in this problem. So if you have learned this problem, so almost you are so you'll be able to solve problem related to power and related to efficiency. So still someone has activated the audio. Please deactivate your audio. I can hear some background noise, I can hear it. So please, if somebody have activated audio, please deactivate. So then just read the problem, write down the parameters. cylinder diameter capital W 25 centimeter divided by 100. If it is millimeter, divide by 1000. If it is centimeter, divide by 100. So 25 by 100, it will give you 0.25 meter. Stroke of the piston 40 centimeter is given, divide by 100, you will get it as 0.4 meter. Crankshaft speed is given capital N 250 rpm, and then brake load is given capital W 70 kg. There is no spring load given over here, so spring load will be 0. Then diameter, brake drum diameter is given. Again here there is no rope diameter given, so rope diameter will be taken it as 0. So capital R is given, that is radius of the brake drum diameter, so it is 2 by 2, it is 1 meter. Mean effective pressure is given 6 bar. So convert that bar into Pascal, multiply 10 power 5, you will get it as 6 into 10 power 5 Pascal Newton per meter square. Then volumetric flow rate is given, capital V. So 0.1 liter per minute, okay, 0.1 meter cube per second are given in the statement, and here is a liter per, okay, I'll get you know. So here it is, actually it is in the problem it's given, so just mistake is done in the problem. Diesel oil consumption, it is not meter cube, it is liters per minute it is given. 0.1 liters, you can just correct over here statement. In the statement you can just correct that it's given 0.1 liters per minute. It is not 0.1 meter cube per minute, it is 0.1 liters per minute it is. So which I have stated over here. So it's a 0.1 liter per minute. So convert that liter per minute to SI unit. The SI unit is meter cube per second it is. So 1 liter is equivalent to 10 power minus 3 meter cube. In a cubical tank, a cube shape of tank, so of 1 meter side, you can store 1000 liter of water. So from this you will get that 1 liter is equivalent to 10 power minus 3. 1 liter is equivalent to 1 by 1000, 10 power minus 3 meter cube it is, or 1 meter cube is equivalent to 1000 liters. So in a cubical tank of 1 meter side, if you take the volume of the cubical tank, in a cube the length, width, height will remain same. So if you take a cube of side 1 meter, and if you want to find out its volume, then it's a 1 into 1 into 1, it will give 1 meter cube. So a cubical tank, volume of cubical tank is 1 meter cube, and it can store 1000 liters of water. So from that you can find out 1 liter. So 1 liter is equivalent to 1 by 1000, 10 power minus 3 meter cube. So here in the numerator, since liter is present in the numerator, so multiply it 10 power minus 3. So 0.1 into 10 power minus 3. So this will convert liter into meter cube. Then denominator contains minute. So convert that minute to second. 1 minute is equivalent to 60 seconds. So divide by 60. So finally you will get the volumetric flow rate as 1.666 into 10 power minus 6 meter cube per second. This is volumetric flow rate, meter cube per second. Specific gravity of this fuel is given 0.78. Calorific value of the fuel is given. So we have to find out IP, BP, FP, mechanical efficiency, brake thermal efficiency, indicated thermal efficiency. We'll go one by one. Coming to the first IP, mean effective pressure, it's already given directly. So it was given as a 6 bar, and then stroke of the piston is given. Area we can find out pi d square by 4. Area we will get it as 0.049 meter square. Small n, so crankshaft speed, engine speed is given 250 rpm. So with the help of, since it's a 4-stroke engine, so take half of the capital N, you will get it as 125 cycles per minute. So use this and find out IP. So you will get IP as 24.5 kilowatt. Then coming to next one, brake power. Already you have gone through this. Brake power 2 pi nt by 60,000. So here crankshaft speed capital N is available. We have to find out torque. So in the torque, in this only the brake drum load is given, spring load is not given, so spring load will be taken 0. Only the brake drum diameter is given. A rope diameter it's not given, so we'll take the rope as 0. So just we have to take up capital W, it's given directly 70 kg, and capital R, it's given 1 meter. So use this formula 9.81 into WR, you will get the torque as 686 Newton meter. So use this, and in the above BP formula you will get the BP as 17.95 kilowatt. And then friction power, just take the difference between IP and BP. Always IP will be higher than BP. Input power will be higher than the output power, so it's IP minus BP, so that will give the friction power as 6.55 kilowatt. So these are the three types of power we have found: IP, BP and FP. Now coming to the efficiencies. First efficiency, mechanical efficiency, output power by input power, BP by IP into 100. So we have found BP and we have found IP, so substitute, you will get it as 73.26%. Then coming to the thermal efficiencies. So first one is brake thermal efficiency. So formula for brake thermal efficiency is brake power divided by calorific value into mass flow rate, CV into M into 100. So this is a formula of brake thermal efficiency. So here brake power, we know it, calorific value is given in the problem, so we have to find out small m. We have to find out m value. M is called mass flow rate of the fuel. So mass flow rate of the fuel, what is the unit of m? The unit of m is kg per second. It should be in kg per second. So what is its value? Its formula is, how to get this m? It's a volume flow rate into density of fuel. So volume flow rate, which we have found it, meter cube per second. So if you multiply volume flow rate, meter cube per second into density of fuel. So what is the formula of density? Mass by volume. It is kg per meter cube. So if you multiply volumetric flow rate unit, meter cube per second, into kg per meter cube, mass by volume, so you will get kg per second unit you will get. So small m is mass flow, volume flow rate into density of fuel. Now we have to find out density of fuel, density of diesel. So density of diesel formula, as you know, that specific gravity is ratio between density of fuel divided by density of water. Density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube. It's a standard value. It's a standard value. So from this we can find out, and since specific gravity of the diesel is given in the problem, 0.78. So use this formula, we can find out density of the given diesel fuel. So density of fuel is 1000 into 0.78. It will give 780 kg per meter cube. Substitute that in the above formula, you will get this small m value. So therefore small m is volume flow rate 1.66 into 10 power minus 6 into density of the fuel 780. So that will give 1.3 into 10 power minus 3 kg per second. So with the help of this BP, CV and M, we can find out brake thermal efficiency. So therefore brake thermal efficiency is 31.45%. Similarly, indicated thermal efficiency, use indicated power IP formula, you use it, IP divided by with same CV value and M value. So you will get indicated thermal efficiency as 42.92%. Okay, I have reached the last slide of the presentation. So this completes the numericals on IC engine. So out of 10 numericals, I have selected 5 numericals. If you learn these 5 numericals, the other 5 numericals you can easily solve by yourself. So since it's a PPT, so covering class on PPT is equivalent to double the class on the green board. So your normal classes on the board, since it involves write-up of the problem on the board using chalk piece, and then again you will also will be writing it and you will be calculating and you will be telling the answer. So therefore, what are the time spent in normal classes? It will be double or triple compared to the time spent on this online classes. So far maybe some 3-4 classes I have taken on IC engine and I was able to complete it. The same topics, if I do it in the classroom using the board, so it may take nearly 8 to 10 classes may get consumed to complete the same topic. So this is the advantage of a PPT PowerPoint presentation. So we can complete the syllabus easily and very fast we can complete the syllabus. Okay, if you have any doubts on this problem number 10, so you can activate your audio and clarify if you have any doubts. So it's 11 o'clock, so almost we have come to 1 hour. So if you have no doubts, we will wind up the class. Yeah, you can speak out. If anybody have doubts, if anybody want to ask question, you can activate your audio and ask the question.
No, sir.
No doubts?
No, sir.
No doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Shall I wind up the class? If you don't have doubts and if you have no questions, then I'll wind up the class. Shall I wind up the class?
Okay.
Okay, thank you very
Yes,
much.
sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you.